I didn't really want to make a video on day one of New World's release because I wanted to let it ferment at least before I gave my opinion on it. But I've got to say there's just some things that are really bugging me about it, and I just wanted to express them to you guys in case you are wondering whether or not to buy it. The first thing I want to talk about is the queue times. If you haven't bought the game yet, you've kind of dodged a bullet on this one. There's a lot of people complaining at the moment about the queue times and saying that they aren't moving, and this is because they aren't. For the most part, it is my understanding that all the servers are actually capped at 2,000 players. My server has at least 2,600 players, meaning that the 600 queue that I am stuck on isn't going to move unless at least 600 people decide they no longer want to play the game. As you can imagine, that's left quite the sour taste in my mouth, but for the 5 hours I did get to play, there was some positive experiences. I've said it before that this game is intriguing because there are so many things that I hate about it, but at the same time I really do enjoy the game. The harvesting system is its own system and it's outright. You can level doing it, it's relaxing, the worlds are very, very beautiful, and fishing for the most part is also quite enjoyable. It almost acts like there's one of those idle systems in which you can just do it in the background and happily enjoy yourself. And in some ways it just takes the edge off of running from one fetch quest to another. There's also resource gathering quests as well, which help towards your faction and also the town that you settle in. I really would love to hear your thoughts on this, but for me at the moment I feel like I have just been using the same button over and over again. I just feel like I've been auto-attacking through this game while pressing the action button now and again. And something just feels off about it. It's like the whole gameplay loop of killing a mob just doesn't feel good. And I know you can argue in MMOs generally you follow the same sort of loop, etc., but they feel good and they have kind of like some sort of cathartic effect to them. Maybe it's for the most part that most of the abilities have a very long cooldown to them, or the fact that all the mobs feel completely rubber bandy. All the AI in the game feels like it's got no brain whatsoever behind it. It's all rubber bandy, it's running towards you, then running away with you. Threat aggro just feels like right up the wazoo. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that I've been so starved to play a decent MMO that I've essentially just eaten the rotten sandwich because it was the only one left in the bag. Or perhaps there are really elements that are captivating to this and it's my subconscious just urging me to go on, and that's why I'm still here. I really like the syndicate system and I really like the crafting system, but I just feel like at the moment I'm avoiding all PvE because it just doesn't do anything for me. I'm also going to state about the PvP as well that if you're going about solo and just doing it, I feel like it's a pretty unpleasant experience. In some respects, I know you could argue that this isn't a game for single player people and that the PvP is meant to be done on a mass scale given the fact that it's set up the way it is. Maybe I'm just jumping on it too early, or maybe I'm just trying to compare it to WoW's PvP system or Guild Wars 2's PvP system. But the other thing I was doing is I was running around with the PvP system on because I wanted to fight some people, and every time I got jumped by a group of people I felt like there was little to nothing I could do, that all would happen is I just end up running away or be pancaked into the ground by the 2-3 people attacking me. Now this could be down to the fact that I have little to no experience in this game. It is still day one and you know, what do I know apart from playing the beta? Metas have to be worked out and how the intricacies of PvP, you know, flesh together are still evolving at the moment. But some part of me at least thought that I would grab some semblance of how to fight back rather than it turning into some sort of stick poking fight on which at the end of it I ended up looking like some sort of skewered kebab meat. Now if you're wondering why am I playing the game then if I don't like it so much, it's not the fact that I don't like the game, it's more like there's just some elements that just don't seem right about it, but others just are so good. Like the performance has been really, really good. The game runs at a nice high FPS. The worlds look absolutely phenomenal. I just feel like someone has ordered this beautiful authentic pizza with all your favourite ingredients and then just for the sake of it thrown in a few pieces of pineapple all over the place, and you're just in this situation where you're eating around all the good bits so that you know, get the experience that you want. Anyway, I'm going to flesh it out for the end of the week and see where I stand there, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on what you think of it so far. Anyway, for now, I hope you're all good. I am on NA East at the moment on Oceania, so if you're there, drop me a hi. But for now, have a great week, and I'll be back with more news and reviews soon.